everybody.
Greetings. I told you we'd try to come every day and be with you. I thought today to bring Apostle Tom, my son, along with us, and we're going to discuss some things and share some things. And then, Tom and James are remodeling their house, so they had to move in with me because the remodel is not done yet. And I know. Pastor Jane always teases about she gives her husband burnt offerings in her cooking. But last night she cooked a fabulous roast, one of the best home cooked meals I ever had. So it's been a blessing. Here's a chance to get fellowship with one another and be a blessing to one another. And I'm going to be able to have fellowship with my son and daughter more than I have for 6 months, probably a year over this next few weeks. So we're here, and I've asked one of the young IT guys that's coordinating this. They had some questions they wanted to ask you. They felt some of the millennials and other people would be wondering about out there. So we'll try to discuss it with you and share it with you. So, Milt?
There's probably a lot of you have had a lot of opportunity to share more time with people, and we're believing for grace and peace on that, and that's going to go well.
Yes.
And then you'll have awesome fellowship in this time.
So, Bishop and Apostle Tom, people are panicking in the world. What would you say to them right now?
Well, I'd say panic not. Actually, the Bible doesn't give Christians any right to be fearful, afraid, nervous, anxious, worried, complaining, murmuring, and what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And so I would say that attitude should be confidence in God. Just relax in God. Your life is hid with Christ in God. And that's what I say when people say, well, I'm trusted in the Lord. I'm keeping all the rules, but I am trusting in God. So I want to tell you to fear not. Over 300 times, God tells people, fear not, fear not. I guess he knows we people are kind of fearful, and we tend to analyze and evaluate and get all consternation and frustration. But I want to just tell you, this is a time for you to glorify God and be the salt and light of their. Show there's a difference between us and the rest of the world. They're worried, they're afraid, they're panicking, but we do not panic. We're not afraid. We're trusting in God because we're in His hand and His plan, and we believe it's going to work out all right. We're using wisdom. We're doing the right things, everything we can to protect and preserve ourselves, but we're not going to be full of fear or panicking.
Just add to that, God's peace is real, and I believe it is the portion of the believer. And so it's trying to stay in that place where actually it's described in Hebrews as the rest of faith. And so the rest of faith means that you know how to trust God in every circumstance. The Apostle Paul said, I know how to abound, I know how to be abased, I know how to walk through whatever I face with grace. And so I just want to release God's grace to you. God's love is still there in a very real way. God will never be separated from you. He'll never leave you or forsake you. So I read out of Joshua 1 on Sunday where it just simply said, only be strong and of a good courage, or be courageous, or be full of faith and boldness. And so that's the way we're going to operate in this season, and not let our heart to be anxious or afraid about anything that we're facing today.